Dick thinks you should be proud of all the potions you've brewed.
This will be more useful when I have something to identify. Nothing to identify, for now at least. Not sure how I'd fare in a little place like this.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
It's shameful what you've done to helpless beasts.
What's brought you here today? Thank you for stopping by. Rococo's...
Sometimes it seems all roads lead to Hogsmeade.
It is wonderful to see you back here. Oh, perhaps today you have something you'd like Penny to sell for you? Penny wishes you safe and wondrous travels.
Revelio. Wonder who lives here.
as a mouse round here. Can't say I mind.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
You're here. I have good news. We do not have any of Ranrock's loyalists to contend with. Of course, the bad news is that it's likely because they no longer need to trap the Keepers for information.
Confringo!
Is that a... It is. I believe I know what must be done. Do you recognize the head sculpted there?
That's a head. I can't say that I do.
It appears to be a fearsome beast known as a graphorn. And the prints carved into the ground lead me to believe that a graphorn will somehow open the way forward.
That's what Professor Rackham meant when he spoke of my needing an ability to interact with beasts.
It would seem so. I do know that the last of a long dynasty of graphorns lives nearby. They call him the Lord of the Shore. I suspect you'll need to bring him here. What happens next, I can't say.
If that's what must be done, I'll do it.
Excellent. I know this area well enough. When you see the remains of a large sea creature, you're in the right place. Now, Professor Rackham made it clear that you must engage with any beast that is part of this trial on your own. So I shall wish you good luck and wait for your return in the map chamber.
Tell me more about what needs to be done, Professor.
Certainly. You're to find and subdue a graphorn that lives nearby.
Have you ever subdued a graphorn, Professor?
I have, yes. Years ago, at Stonehenge, of all places. The Ministry still owes me for that favor. It can be difficult, of course. They are massive, after all, but it's not impossible. It's my experience that many of your spells will have no real effect. You'll need to wear him down.
If that's what must be done, I'll do it.
Excellent. I know this area well enough. When you see the remains of a large sea creature, you're in the right place. Now, Professor Rackham made it clear that you must engage with any beast that is part of this trial on your own. So I shall wish you good luck and wait for your return in the map chamber.
Revelio. Confringo! Place it!
Faster than you. Show yourself.
Revelio.
Oh, you. I see you. Reducto. Oh, what's the light go out of your eyes?
I know.
But expulso. How does that feel?
What have you done?
No one to share in my victory. Shame I didn't have an audience for that one. Confringo! Revelio! Whoa. Confringo! Revelio. Confringo. Revelio. Confringo. Revelio. Confringo. Revelio. Confringo. That's that. Settled. Confringo! I should investigate.
Please, have a look. Thank you. I hope to see you again.
You can learn a lot from weather, though, can't you?
If it's cloudy,
Like, you know, it
The
might
beasts
rain.
are safer now.
You'll regret this one day, you will, when you're struck by lightning you never saw coming. In future, I shall just keep me wisdom to myself.
Confringo!
Now, see, Fog can be your friend, but you have to be a friend to Fog. Don't look at me like that. You haven't heard what I'm about to say. Crossing my path. That goblin helm field. Takes gumption to steal stolen hippogriff.
Aloha, Mora. Confringo! This looks intriguing. Revelio.
I can assure you, none of us are intimidated by you.
Accio.
What do you think you're doing? No.
Accio. Confringo. Accio. Confringo. Oh, here's a pleasant surprise. Lumos. Accio. Depulso. Lumos. Depulso. Lumos. Revelio. Lumos. This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful. Repulsor! Lumos. Not so tricky after all, Merlin. Confringo. Protego. Defender. Confringo.
It's the student from the town.
Accio.
How come I always draw the short straw?
Accio. Defender. Confringo. Places.
Spiders.
Confringo.
Trouble, if you ask me. Legs are fucking brittle.
Defender. Accio. Places. Ranrock has fooled you all. To your demise.
Hello? Over here!
Accio.
Someone.
Confringo! One less poacher in the wizarding world. This must be the place. Could it be a Merlin trial? Very well, Lord of the Shore. Show yourself. Beware of this one. I need your help, friend. I need to race now, my friend. Let's see what's up your sleeve this time, Merlin. Didn't anyone ever teach you not to take things that don't belong to you? It'll take more than this to stop the Lord of the Shore. Slippery? Where's that goblin? Shouldn't be here. Expulso! Expulso! Not to buy this fight! Protect you before anyhow. Slow down now. There we go. I should investigate. We're crossing that bridge whether you like it or not.
Rookwood, don't go down easy.
Time for you all to clear out.
Nothing here after.
Faster.
Perhaps Professor Rackham was right to have had faith in you. I still have my reservations. Isadora, as you will see, was not who she seemed. I can only hope that you are. My memories should answer any questions you may have about the power you will need to protect.
Thank you, Professor Bakar. I shall see you back in the map chamber. Revelio.
Hello? Isadora? Isadora? Mr. Morganach, Mr. Morgan?
Son, I'm glad you're here.
Isadora was not at her home.
I know.
Her father... Percival.
What is it?
It is as though he was stripped not only of his pain, but of all emotion.
Everything is much worse than I feared. Neve was right. Isadora hasn't stopped. I've just learned that she has been wielding that magic on students.
We must gather the others. I need you to return to your common room, all right?
What have you done?
Take a breath.
Students, Isadora.
Everyone feels pain. And why? Because of your arrogance? Your obsession with secrets? He won't suffer any longer. Not my father, not my students, no one.
Isadora, set down your wand.
Professor, you taught me to hone my power, not throw it away.
I did not teach you this. Expelliarmus!
She's alive.
The caverns below Hogwarts, where you fought Isadora. Is that the location of the final repository?
It is. You see, we could not destroy the strands of emotion Isadora had stolen from so many. So we did all that we could to keep them safe. We also realized that until they could be destroyed, the magic used to create them was a danger to wizard kind. Hence, we became keepers. Keepers of an unfathomable secret. We knew that someday, one with the ability to see traces of ancient magic might be seduced by its power. We built the trials to lead that person to us, to allow them to prove themselves worthy of the knowledge we'd kept hidden and the responsibility that accompanies it.
Have I not proven myself, Professor? I need to get to that repository before Ranrock does.
You have, and you will. But the repository is protected by powerful ancient magic. To enter, you must craft a special wand from the 4 artifacts you found above our pensives.
So the repository is safe from Ranrock for now?
If he is, as you suspect, capable of using the power of the other repository, I fear he will be able to breach our defenses.
Then I must go now and craft this wand. Perhaps Mr. Ollivander will help me.
Another Ollivander? I'm not surprised. As I am sure he will tell you, this wand may be used for only one purpose. Return with the wand, and we will open the way forward.
I shall send an owl ahead to Ollivander. Whilst you visit him, I'll reach out to Professor Weasley.
Professor Weasley?
Yes. I may have made an error in judgment by not informing her of Ranrock's intentions earlier. I only hope it's not too late.
Omar.
If Ranrock really is going to try to drill below Hogwarts, we'll need all the help we can get.
All right, Professor. I'll see you soon.
I said hi, Omar. Well, I'm having fun. Have you played? Have you played it or no? It's alright. I'm almost finished with it. Really. I mean, I'm just trying to keep it going.
What are you up to now?
How far are you, Omar? Why don't work? Alright. Got the spell that goes boom? I don't understand, Omar. Omar, there's a lot of spells that go boom. Which one, Omar? This one? This one? Or this one? It's a fire spell, Omar. Omar, what do the people in your school think about Tom McDonald, the rapper? Is it okay to like him, or is it, like, terrible? What do they say in your stupid school? You never fucking heard of him? What? Really, Omar? Fucking really? Wow. Omar. Omar. Check your Discord. I sent you a video and you have to watch it. And don't watch it on 2 times or anything stupid like that. And don't tell me be right back and disappear for like an hour. Go on your Discord. Watch it with me, and then after that, tell me what you think. Well, that's just one video, I guess.
I think I know where we can find Doran. Meet me in the Forbidden Forest and we can tell him about the symbol the Mooncalves made. I'm listening to it right now. I love it, man. This is like everything I fucking preach. First time I heard about this guy. But he's pretty famous, actually. I'm listening to it still. Omar, listen to it still. Omar, it ain't even just that song. He does a lot of fucking shit that's good, man. Holy fuck. I'm like, wow, this guy's pretty fucking controversial. It's pretty good, actually. Hold on, Omar. I mean, this is like, you know how you feel J. Cole, Omar? I'm feeling this guy right here, man. I'm fucking feeling this guy right now, Omar. Holy fuck. Okay, hold on. Listen to this one, Omar. Hold on. That one, it might be a little older, but listen to this one. I'm gonna listen to it, Omar. I'm gonna listen to this one again. You listen to it also. Tell me what you think. I don't know. Alright. Holy shit, he says blaming capitalism and crying things are tough while you tweet on an iPhone and drink from a Starbucks. Yo, that is the fucking hardest line I've heard in rap in fucking 37 years, bro. I'm not even fucking kidding you. Like that, I got goosebumps right now. Holy fuck. Bro, he actually talked about what he said fucking a man beating a woman. He actually said that in the song, dude. I fucking like this guy a lot, man. What the fuck? I gotta go back to that line. I'm gonna do a reaction to one of these fucking videos. Hold on. Where's that one part? Blaming capitalism. Like, wait, what the fuck he said? Hold on. He said the men playing women's sports get trophies for women. Right, let's celebrate a bunch of men for beating some... What the fuck did he say? Hold on. The men playing women's sports get trophies for winning. Yeah, that's right. Let's celebrate a bunch of men beating women. Oh! Yo, you're not gonna see any... You know why he gets away with this? Do you know why, Omar? Because he's an independent label. He has so many people trying to sign this guy, and he won't do it. And that's why he gets away with saying whatever he wants, because he's not fucking under a label, like a fucking piece of shit, like all these piece of shit rappers and shit like that are under labels. He's not controlled. So it's pretty interesting. Yeah, see that shit? Yeah, all this stuff, all those stereotypes, right? Capitalism, that's the reason things are tough. Well, you tweet from an iPhone and sip on a Starbucks. G fucking G. Yo, I'm gonna put that in my fucking, Discord profile. Dude, that is one of the hardest lines I have fucking heard, man. Holy fuck. This guy's unreal, man. Unreal that he said. I don't agree with everything, but at the same time, I don't agree with all the the fucking pro-life shit and stuff like that. But at the same time, yo, good for him for having a fucking voice. Holy fuck, man. That's crazy, bro. Yo, this is like my J. Cole I just found, I think. Wow. Interesting. Because Eminem's been shit lately, bro. I don't even fucking like Eminem no more. Eminem I haven't liked since 2008, maybe. He's too old anyway, Eminem. I'm fucking tired of it. Yo, this guy's good, man. His lyrics are fucking good. This is he doesn't care what he says, man. I like shit like that, man. It's fire, man. Yo, he's actually talking about shit that I have been ranting about for fucking years now. And I didn't even knew this guy was a fucking rapper that's like saying everything. I didn't even know this guy. I just fucking found out about him. I swear to God. You never heard me mention him before, right? And that's why I said you don't know him, because I thought the young kids know him, but they probably don't talk about him in school and stuff like that, because he's probably like so controversial and shit. I could just imagine like the whole like fucking younger, like the whole like Gen Z people don't probably hate a guy like this, you know, because he's controversial, so. Especially in a public school. Maybe private school, I don't know. But in a city school, forget about it. A public city school, no way. This is too raw for that shit. Kids don't like that stuff. The girls will start crying and shit. It'll be like a big fucking shit show. Yeah. So what happened today? Today is, what is it? Women's History Month, right? So what happened during Women's History Month? Hershey, the chocolate company, decided to put an ad for Hershey, right? They used the word Hershey, get it? She, like Hershey. But guess who they put the spokesperson of? It's a transgender. So it's not even a woman. It's a guy. They're literally erasing women on Women's History Month. Like, a major company like Hershey, which is unfucking believable. Like, the top chocolate company in the world is trying to erase women's history by putting a transgender. Look up the guy's name if you don't believe me. Fucking Joe. I don't know what the fuck is. Forgot the name, but yeah, they put a transgender as the spokesperson for Women's History Month of probably the most famous chocolate company in the world. Now, when you look at stuff like that, that is a fucking loss for women. And here I am talking about women's rights, and I usually don't give a fuck about women's rights because I'm not like a feminist or anything, but at the same time, I think that's fucked up. They should be ashamed of themselves. That's my opinion. But what are you gonna do? This is the world we live in. We live in a fucking stupid world today when it comes to everybody. All retarded and shit, really. So I have these opinions while I'm fucking playing Hogwarts Legacy here, right? Which is the bad game, right? J.K. Rowling is so bad because she talks about transphobic ideologies, right? So she's so transphobic. Meanwhile, maybe she just doesn't want women to get fucking hurt by men. How about that? Oh, but you can't say that, right? Because again, if you go against the diversity of ideas, is a diversity that the far left doesn't like. They don't like the diversity of ideas. They only like the diversity of ethnicities, but they don't like the diversity of ideas. So it is fucked up now. And again, you know what's so funny? Like I have like no problem with anything, like with any body or any person, but I have a problem with the doctrine of these fucking morons. I really do. But then again, I don't agree with the right, with the whole like, you know, all the shit they talk about either. But at the same time, there is one side that's a little more reasonable, and that you can argue, you can at least debate a point with and sit in a room with, and it's not the fucking far left, I'll tell you that much. I'd say most people on the far left you can't even speak to about anything, unfortunately. But like, there are people on the far right, I mean, like, you know, you have fucking, like I said, you know, you'll have like these fucking, in Spain, like gun-toting, like, you know, nut jobs on the far right, you know, with their machine guns and everything. And, like, I don't think they're easy to talk to either. I personally think they're probably insane as well. But the difference is that they probably, I would, like I said, I would bet money that they would talk to you and debate you on something. And they wouldn't flip their wig and you almost don't want the far left to own guns, because I'm afraid like they use them on themselves, or like other people a lot more. Like I don't trust okay, yeah, like, okay, well maybe the other side is a bunch of rednecks with guns and stuff, right? We'll agree to that. But in the same breath, thank God the other side doesn't like guns. Because imagine if the other side liked guns also. Oh, it'd be a fucking nightmare. That would be a nightmare, but thank God, really. Thank your blessings that the other side don't like guns. Although you don't want it to go too far, but But yeah, I'm like, wow, I'm a little impressed with that. I ain't gonna lie, man. I thought first time I heard this dude, and I'm like kind of impressed. I'm impressed that somebody has the balls to talk about shit. No mainstream artist has the balls to talk about fucking shit like this. Not one. They're afraid. They're afraid to even mention it. One guy I really like a lot is Bill Meyer, whatever his name is, and he used to be very leftist, but he's kind of like becoming center road now. And even when he was like pretty left, I never actually had a problem with him on the left because he was never like that bad, and he's very center down the road now. He's actually probably more politically right than anything, but not like far right. He's center right, I'd say. But he makes a lot of fucking sense with the shit he says, and he goes against the grain a lot, and I kind of like that. And he's willing to have debates with everybody.
I hope he can help me craft the Keeper's wand.
So I really like him a lot. He's not as he's not as extreme as the Tom McDonald guy, that's for sure. But he's definitely somebody to listen to if you want a more middle of the road point of view, if that makes sense.
Oh, perhaps today you have something you'd like Penny to sell for you?
Yeah. Yeah, but I gotta say, man, I'm feeling the beats too on that guy. Take the lyrics away, even if you don't like the lyrics, the beats are pretty cool. I'm like, this guy's pretty good, man. Fuck. I'm like, I can't believe I never heard of this fucking dude before. I can't believe. Oh, look at that. I guess he's not in my algorithm. Well, now I'll be buying 2 of his fucking albums if I can, just for the fuck of it. Because you know why? I will. Just because. That's right. Just because. I'll buy fucking 2. I'll buy 2. I'll literally support someone like this. Because I'm tired. I'm really fucking tired. You better believe it, Omar. You better believe it. I'm making a second wand now, Omar. Consult, look at this shit. Okay, we have to begin the quest.
Hello, Mr. Ollivander.
Where are you,
I
Omar?
wondered if you might be able to help me with something.
Yes. Professor Fig sent an owl informing me that...
Omar, don't even mention this guy in your school. You'll probably get beat up or something.
Said you need to have a
Or you'll have people fucking talking shit, because I can imagine this guy being pretty divisive.
Yes, sir. I have them here.
Oh, my.
But I think his beats are pretty good.
Remarkable design.
I'm all for it.
I will be honest, I have...
But I feel like admitting that you like someone like him, you will get flack. Probably worse than saying that you have this game. A lot worse.
Keeping me on my toes, aren't
Because, you know, you gotta follow the cult of the you gotta follow the indoctrination to a T, right? So, yeah. Isn't that something? All right. Okay, what are we doing?
It is done.
I got my new wand, yo.
I should warn you, I've never seen a wand like this before. My suspicion, as Professor Fig implied in his letter, is that it serves a unique purpose. I doubt you shall find much use for it otherwise.
I understand. Thank you, sir.
Wait, so I can't use it as a regular wand? Why? That's pretty fucking lame. I hope I can.
I'm afraid you're on your own. I've ensured that we have a moment to ourselves. Oh, come. No need for such theatrics. In light of what Ranrock now knows, you must agree that our interests are aligned.
Our interests will never be aligned.
You would let goblins take what is rightfully ours? The final repository belongs to wizard kind. We would be fools not to work together. What's that you've got there? Might this sudden visit to the Wand Maker have something to do with our mutual pursuit?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That repository is my birthright!
Charles Rookwood wouldn't have wanted you near it.
The arrogance. Should have known better than to try and reason with a child. I've always said, children should be seen and not heard.
What the fuck just happened? Dude, like, these guys don't even stand a chance anymore.
Become personal. Expulsion! Might wanna look up.
It's so funny, it's like when you grab items, you don't get hit. So just to grab an item, you probably get just fucking survived. That's right, Oma. I brewed that many. To be honest, you also get them, and I don't even drink them berries. Oh, look at this. Why is it lagging?
How this should be fun. Just warming up.
You'll need to be quicker than that.
If you curse people and kill them while they curse, you can get health back. It's part of the
I can't believe it. Rookwood's reign is finally over. I'll need to send an Al to Natty right away. For now, though, I need to get back to the map chamber and tell Fifth what's happened.
I ain't gonna lie, that was a pretty... It was a kind of a cool boss fight, but it was not a very dramatic win. He just kind of like puffed into dust. Like he did the previous killing of him. So they should have made that a little more dramatic, like, so I know he's dead. Maybe he's still alive? I don't know. I kind of thought he, like, because the first time, you zapped him with the spell, he kind of, like, poofs away, and then you fight the people.
They come after me, they'll rest it.
You poof him away, and then he fights, and then he comes back, and then you poof him away again, and he's like, and that's it. Like, he's dead? Really? I hope he's still alive, because that was a pretty undramatic death, if that even was a death. I don't even know what the fuck that was. Okay? Not to mention that, like, I just slaughtered everybody with, like, not even a fucking sweat. Yeah, you have to play this game on hard. If I do play this game again, like, I'm definitely going to play it on the hardest difficulty, because I just feel like I said, with any of these open world games, you can just get so infinitely powerful. That's why, like, even Elden Ring isn't that hard, man, because any of these open world games, you could just forever grow and forever get powerful. Like, if you just complete every quest in this fucking game, like, you see that there's, like, nothing that the bosses could do. Like, I just fucking slaughtered everybody in, like, a matter of seconds.
Manners are important, though, aren't they? Even in a fight.
Look at this. Watch how fast I kill this. Boom, boom, 1, 2 shots.
Hello, Hamura.
And the same thing goes with, like, Ghost of Tsushima and Assassin's Creed. I mean, I got to the point in Assassin's Creed where, like, nothing could step in my way either, even on the hardest difficulty. I was playing on, like, Valhalla, whatever the fuck they called it. Ragnarok, I don't know. There's a weird name for it. It was the hardest difficulty, and it was so easy, even on the hardest difficulty. You know what I mean? You're free, little miss. Now go. Get for real. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I kind of like those songs. I ain't gonna lie, Omar. You like your J. Cole, but I thought this guy was pretty good. Maybe he speaks to me more. I don't know, but whatever. I'm into the whole political thing because I don't like what goes on. So to me, it speaks a lot more than J. Cole does. J. Cole could speak for you, Omar, but I don't know. Like to me, something like this speaks more to me. Especially what's going on in the world lately, with everything. Women fighting, men fighting women, all this stupid shit. Like, I think it's very important that somebody actually talks about it. Actually, I gotta say, man, that's why I kind of, like, I'm down with that shit, man. I'm down with hearing people, have opinions on things. I'm so tired of hearing people not have opinions because they're so afraid to speak and shit, So good for people that could speak up on things. That's where I am in life, I like people who have opinions on things, like things that matter to me. And that's shit. He's talking about shit that matters, like, to me. Maybe J. Cole talks about stuff that matters to you. I don't know. But, like, to me, like, I listen to this guy. I listen to things like that, and I say, yeah, that's everything I've been saying for the past couple of years. And it's like actually like, wow, like somebody's heard what I've been ranting about almost. So, hey. Again, like, I don't agree. Again, like, I don't follow the rhetoric to a T now. Because I don't believe in it to a T. I think there's always exceptions to the rules. See, that's one thing that these people that get indoctrinated don't have exceptions, and they never do. They're either one way or the highway, but, like, I really feel sometimes you gotta be a little bit more like a Bill Maher than even Tom McDonald or someone on the far left. You have to be kind of, like, center leaning. I really believe that, man. Because the fact that, and I'm not talking about a centralist party, because I don't really know what that is. Because I know they have their own doctrine of things. But to be a kind of a moderate thinker is, I think, an important way to be, and I think that's how everybody thinks. So I like when people talk like that. It's important. Actually, should be. It's very important, to be honest, when somebody has the mindset to say things like that. But what are you gonna do? You know, it takes an indie label to talk like that because regular record labels are too afraid. I think in the next, 5 to 10 years, though, a lot of people will be talking about stuff like this. It's just not going to happen now. That's right. Yeah, he's conservative, Lil Wayne.
As soon as possible.
So he probably would.
From Joanna Bicker about Harlow.
He probably would. He got a lot of flack too, by the way, Lil Wayne, because he doesn't believe in Black History Month or some shit like that. But you know what the funny part is? Is this is where I draw the line in some ways, because I don't think Black History Month is a bad thing, to be honest. This is where, I think when people get that indoctrinated with the right to where you don't want to even, be reminded of a Black History Month. That's not a problem to me as a white man. That's not a problem. Black History Month is not a problem. Actually, I don't mind Black History Month and things like that. What I mind is going against biology, going against universal truths, and then for people to label me as a white privileged racist. That's what I don't like. That's where I feel that the doctrine is that's what I don't like. But for to actually what Lil Wayne says is kind of I take away Black History Month because I want to identify as a person. I mean, that's great and all, and I understand where he's coming from, but I don't think it's necessary. That's a small talking point, because what's necessary is the big talk, the big things, the priorities. And what's the priorities is don't allow women don't allow gender neutral sports. Don't allow the false teachings of biology. Don't allow fear rhetoric and fear mongering all over the news. Don't allow, those are things that are important, Don't allow transitioning of kids. Don't allow, you got to have your priorities straight. To me, Black History Month is not a big deal. I actually, they should leave that alone, in my opinion. Leave it. But if you have Women's History Month, which comes a month after Black History, and you have men representing women, that's a problem to me. That's actually a real problem, because that's erasing all the stuff women has done and putting a biological white man in the forefront again. That, to me, should be a problem. But for some reason, the far left embrace it, and that's where they lose me. So that's where they step over the line like retards. So, so again, here's the thing, Omar. You don't have to be as radical. You don't have to be as alt-right like Lil Wayne or somebody, or like Kanye or something. You don't have to be like that. Kanye takes it to another level. But you don't have to be Andrew Tate. You don't have to be Kanye. To a lesser level, Lil Wayne, you don't have to be. You don't have to be Tom McDonald. You don't have to be that. But you have to adopt some of those qualities and I call them qualities because some of them actually speak universal truths that the other side doesn't even want to hear, and they'll get up and storm out of the room. Okay? They won't even debate it, the other side. They won't even debate it. That, to me, is a huge problem. If you're not even willing to have a discussion, you are part of the problem. And again, here's the thing, here's the thing. This is you want to hear something that the right doesn't like to talk about? Omar, if you know anything about the political right, one thing that they hate to talk about is they hate to talk about the election fraud that they allegedly claimed was happened in 2020. So that's a low spot for them, right? So here, they will say, oh, here's the thing, the whole January 6th thing, they were wrong. The right was completely wrong. That was absolutely wrong on the right. They were stupid, and everybody who did the January 6th thing should be fucking in jail or on a death penalty. And I 100% agree with that. As a guy that walks down a center line, who doesn't call me transphobic or whatever the fuck you want to call me. But I 100% agree that the January 6th people should all be fucking locked up. But here's the thing. People on the alt-right, they don't want to say that. You'll never hear Lil Wayne say that. You'll never hear Tom McDonald rap about that. This is why I'm not a fucking parrot, Omar. You see the difference? I'm not a parrot. I'm not a parrot for any side. You'll never hear me say that January 6th was a good thing. You'll never hear me say that election fraud happened in 2020, because that is fucking part of the alt-right pipeline, and I don't go down those rabbit holes when it comes to conspiracies. That's fucking retarded. But, however, on the other side of the coin, you will never hear me say that a transsexual man that was born a man now is a woman and identified, therefore, is a biological woman. You will never hear me say that, because that's where the other side loses their fucking mind. Why can't somebody think down the middle? Why is this such a fucking problem? You know, I once had a leftist friend, I'm not going to name names, that said you either go all the way or you don't go at all. That is the dumbest, brainwashed fucking motto I've ever heard in my life. It comes from a smart person, too, which is pretty pathetic. But that is absolutely dumb. It's a dumb way. It means that you literally follow what's being parroted to you. You are in part of an echo chamber. Echo chamber is basically something that you just follow along with because you think you found the winning side. Yeah, well, when enough people get fucking angry with this shit, you're going to have less and less people showing up to voting, showing up to everything, because people are going to get so tired of the politics. Because it's a fucking joke. It's a fucking joke. So you'll never hear me say I like January 6th, but you also won't hear me say I like Black Lives Matter. You won't hear me say either of those, because one is just as bad as the other. That's right. And I don't believe in affirmative action. I think it's bullshit, right? But I also don't believe in fucking transitioning kids. But I also don't believe in fucking owning AR-15 assault rifles, part of the fucking constitutional rights. You're fucking, it's my constitutional right to own a fucking machine gun. So it's like, the shit that I'm saying drives the right and the left crazy, because they say, oh, what do you mean? You're going up against guns now, crazy man? You talking shit about guns? We have the right to bear arms. The Constitution of 1776 says we could bear arms. Yeah, what kind of arms was there back then? Muskets that took you fucking 7 minutes to load for one shot? Right, so that means we should have an AR fucking 15s with 50 bullets in a clip? And then when you're crazy person, then the person who, let's just say, the non-crazy person who bought that gun dies of a heart attack or stroke, and now you're fucking, you're mentally ill autistic child who's on 25 psychotropic antidepressants and antipsychotic medications now inherits your modified AR-15. Oh, and he just so happens to be... Yeah, and that's fucked up, Omar. And honestly, like, that's why I don't like it. I don't like the BLM. I hate BLM. I think it's a joke, and that's it. It's a fucking joke. And the same thing goes with the people on January 6th. They're all part of... They're fucking retarded too, man. All that shit is this is what I can't stand, is whenever you watch like YouTube videos or you watch anybody who parrots these belief systems, they either go one way or the highway. They don't, like, I know so many Republicans that think the January 6th thing was an okay thing, or an isolated incident, or they don't want to talk about, or they think, oh, well, you know, they're treating those January 6th people so bad. They're not even giving them the right food in prison and blah, 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 blah. It's just like, really? You have sympathy for these people? Like, I don't have sympathy for people that follow a guy who said the election was fraud. I don't follow that. You undermine democracy. The very Vice President Pence was doing the right thing by actually going along with the democracy that we have in this country. Now, they almost overthrew the government that day. Yeah, and that's how this goes, Omar. That's how this goes with all So what you're saying right there, that you think the BLM was once good and now it's bad, it's 100%. It's completely bad, corrupt. They robbed tons of money. They damaged a lot of storefronts, a lot of businesses, but they actually robbed a lot of money that they got in charities that they can't account for the money. They're extremely corrupt, the BLM. The BLM movements are like ridiculously corrupt. And that's why people don't really talk about Black Lives Matters that much anymore and stuff like that, because people start to realize how fucked up it is. It's kind of like it's a non-hot topic issue now. Like, you don't really hear people talk about them like as much as you did a few years ago. They kind of did exactly what this Tom McDonald guy said. Black Lives Matters only matters once every 4 years because it's an election talking point. That's all it is, right? But it actually turned into a group that was, embezzling money and burning storefronts and causing a lot of shit in the riots. And people could say, well, it started with George Floyd, whatever the fuck. I don't really know. I don't really care. What I do know is I don't like activists to that level. I think it's fucking bad. So, and it also undermines every race under the sun but them. So I don't like that. I don't know what that's about, but all I know is they're just as bad as the January 6th people. And the same thing goes with, it just, you have to think for yourself, man. And that's why, guys like Bill Maher is probably, the most respectable guy in a sense, because they're kind of, they don't like all this woke nonsense, but they're willing to bend on certain ideas when it comes to, insanity, right? And then that's, kind of where you have to stand, I feel. And too few people understand what it's like to have a middle-of-a-road ideology. Everybody is either one way or the highway. No, he wouldn't. Not the Martin Luther King Jr. of that time. I don't know what kind would be birthed in today's world, but the one that you're talking about would absolutely not. But they don't want to hear that, They don't want to hear that. So that's the problem right there, is that the people who are messing shit up don't want to hear that stuff. They just want to, that's a sore spot with the far left Democrats is the whole Black Lives Matter protesting nonsense. The same thing with the Republicans with the January 6th, which was bad too, that they don't like to bring up. But you're right, Omar. This is why, I'm trying to teach you the right way. Omar, I'm trying to teach you to think for yourself, question everything. Okay? Listen to guys like Joe Rogan, because you know what? They're kind of right when they're very middle of the road people, like guys like Joe Rogan, Bill Maher said. Question everything. Think for yourself. Don't be brainwashed by any one-sided political viewpoint, because you see what happens to people who get brainwashed with that. You see, they become ugly human beings as a whole. Whether you're brainwashed on the right or the left, you become like Tucker Carlson, right? He's kind of like an ugly human. The same thing. Matt Walsh is okay, but he also could get very ugly at times. And then you have people on the left that Sam Peter guy or the Young Turks at times, which I don't mind Anna Kasparian that much, but I fucking can't stand most people at the Young Turks and MSNBC, CNN, all those Don Lemon type, whatever the fuck. They're very ugly people. They're ugly fucking people on the inside, and a lot of times they're ugly on the outside too. They're not good people. They're just ugly people for the most part. And if you follow people like that, you're basically parroting their viewpoints with really no... And how this works is you have to take what you like and discard the rest, right? So if you're familiar with Bruce Lee and martial arts and things like that, Bruce Lee is considered the father of MMA, right? Because he was the first guy that actually he was very high ranking in Kung Fu, which is Chinese boxing, or they call it, it's like those Shaolin monks would do, right? And it's basically, he's very versatile in Kung Fu and Wing Chun and all that shit. But Bruce Lee realized that, hey, Kung Fu alone is not really that good. It takes a lot of skill, but if you had to use Kung Fu, or Gung Fu as they call it, to defend yourself from getting killed, there's a lot of stuff in it that doesn't work, right? There's stances and just a lot of filler shit that don't work. It literally doesn't work. So he realized that he had to study Western boxing, and he started watching Muhammad Ali and things like that, and realized, hey, boxing fucking works. A regular Western American boxing is something that works. So he starts incorporating boxing into the defensive styles of Wing Chun and Gung Fu and shit like that. And then he incorporates regular Western Sugar Ray Leonard and Muhammad Ali, Western boxing. Now all of a sudden he becomes deadly, right? Because now he's teaching two different art styles in one. Now, this was before jiu-jitsu was really a popular thing, but because at that time jiu-jitsu wasn't really as famous and a lot of people didn't know too much about jiu-jitsu. You had the Gracie brothers in Brazil and stuff, but MMA in and of itself, even when it like the first UFC came out, like things like jiu-jitsu was not a prerequisite, right? Now jiu-jitsu and judo and stuff like that, every single mixed martial artist in the Octagon, UFC, Bellator, doesn't matter. Every single one of them needs to know like a form of jiu-jitsu, or they're not going to do good. Jiu-jitsu / grappling and basically like all-American wrestling, which is like AAW, like basically like all-American, like the wrestling and jiu-jitsu and Brazilian jiu-jitsu and even Russian styles of wrestling like Khabib and all them people, they have to mix that in with striking from regular boxing and kickboxing and even pinpoint karate and stuff like that, right? And they mix it all in, and what do you have? You have mixed martial arts, right? Well, Bruce Lee was probably one of the first guys to start to do that, because at one time, martial artists would never mix. It was actually like a taboo to do that. It was like almost like racism in a way, right? If you can believe that. It was like racism within martial arts. You don't mix karate with kung fu. You don't mix kung fu with kempo, or you don't mix, like, you just don't mix martial arts together, right? And people like Bruce Lee said, hey, wait a second. Why don't we take what works from one martial art and take what works from another martial art and become more effective? Well, now to go back into politics, that's what you almost have to do on political things. Like, if you want to become smart with politics, right, actually be an intelligent human being and not a robot and a parrot and an echo chamber, you have to literally take the ideologies that you like from one political side and discard the bullshit. And take the ideologies from another political side and discard the bullshit. And then let's just say if the bullshit gets served to you on a plate and you can't discard it, right? Because it's like, hey, listen, you can't discard everything, okay? Abortion is an issue you can't discard. Okay, make up your own mind on something like that. Do your own thinking on something like that. If abortion is a tricky subject, right? Because you have the pro-lifers that are always like full Republican, and then you have the pro-choicers that are always full left, right? And then you say, well, it's really one way or the highway, right, with abortion. You either do it or you don't. But then can't you think outside of the box a little bit? Well, hold on a second. Let's really try to, like, get away from the whole abortion thing and think of options. And I don't mean pro-choice options. Think of options maybe to prevent pregnancies, or maybe think of options to, I don't know. See, this is where things get a little bit tricky, because the dialogue, people don't want to go into the preventative measures. They talk about, well, when the milk is spilled, what do we do? And this is where this is where I lean like pro-choice for the most part, but not as extreme as some of the leftists go. But I do think that, listen, let's just say the mother has 3-4 kids. And her life was basically like, if the mother doesn't give birth to this kid, like if the mother has to give birth or the mother dies, if the mother lose like 3 or 4 kids that she's already has that depend on her because of an unborn child, that's where you have to bend a little bit. It can't be all or nothing. But the politics that we live in today is either all or nothing. That's usually what it is, right? But in my opinion, like, there has to be exceptions to the rule. And the same thing goes with gun rights, is there has to be exceptions. Like, okay, should a person have the right to bear a firearm if they own a large amount of property? Like, absolutely. Why not? Should a person be allowed to, and this is where the far left will say, no, they should take guns even away from the police. Even the very police shouldn't own guns because they shoot up everybody. Oh, they look at all the gunshot, the police brutality with the police opening fire on people. Yeah, that happens, unfortunately, and there are some bad apples in the police force. It doesn't mean every single police officer should be disarmed. And the same thing goes with having a firearm, let's just say for home defense, or having a firearm. But then again, I don't believe that you should own a fucking military grade weapon in your house as a civilian. I don't think that's necessary. So because if let's just say you lose your fucking shit, and there are people, unfortunately, that are losing their shit more than ever nowadays because of just everything. Now you have this powerful machine gun at your disposal, and look, I understand people should have the confidence to know that they would never use it, but the fact that one person could take that thing and use it to end the life of 50 people is kind of alarming. And unless like everybody has, so like in Bible, this is why again these are the word is called nuance here. And nuance basically means a subject matter that should be dived into on a very deep and personal level. So, for example, the Sandy Hook parents, not one of them, whether they were Republican or Democrats in their lifetime, not one of them agrees with people owning AR-15s. They actually have ad campaigns that say, please let Congress ban the owning of assault rifles like AR-15s. Let Congress vote on banning it. Congress doesn't want to ban it because they're basically get donations from gun lobbyists like the fucking National Rifle Association, like the NRA and all that. Now, every single one of those parents with Sandy Hook mostly, I would say all of them, want those damn machine guns banned. So when Republicans or far-right people watch those advertisements, they get kind of like annoyed. They get away from it. They get depressed. And so basically, they don't like to see things like that because they think you're going to take away all their guns. Because the Republicans have this inherent fear that you're going to take away handguns and all that shit, too, from them and disarm the police. Now, why do they get that fear? Is because if you look at the police in the United Kingdom and other countries that are considerably more left than us, their police officers in the United Kingdom don't walk around with guns. So just keep that in mind. In the UK, in England, the cops don't have guns over there. In France, the cops don't have guns. Like, what do you mean, Driftblim, the cops don't have guns over there? I thought all police have guns. No, in other countries, cops don't walk around with guns. They have sticks and flashlights, and that's about it. That's a scary reality if that happens in America. So we don't want to see things like that. And I don't blame people. Like, I don't blame it. Like, it shouldn't go to that level. So this is where the word nuance and having a mind of your own and trying to discuss, well, let's talk about these big topic issues and not trying to get rid of Black History Month, but let's talk about whether it's okay to own an AR-15 modified versus a handgun or a shotgun, or, if the mother is going to die if she doesn't have an abortion and she will leave her 4 kids that depend on her to be now orphans, let's talk about the nuances like that. Instead of focusing on things like, and the left is extremely guilty of this as well, even probably more than the right, where the left will say things like, if you don't transition, if children don't have the right to transition, then you could be doing harm to them. No, how do you know that? Well, it's proven that if the child transitions, that they are going to not suffer from depression. That's what they say. This is what scientific consensus, quote unquote, likes to try to tell you, is that you are genociding children if you don't allow them to transition, because you're going to create such a severe depression that they may actually want to end their life. Wait a second. Hold on now. Cool your jets for a second. How do they know that? What case studies have been done? Number one. Number two, how come there's so many detransitioners coming out of the woodworks now? Thousands. It's all over the place. There is no scientific proven fact that transitioning a child is a fail-safe for, or is a suicide prevention method. There is absolutely no scientific fact, whether it's scientific consensus or scientific opinion, it doesn't matter. There is no scientific fact, we just don't have the case studies to prove it, that is actually scientifically proven to be suicidal prevention if you allow the kid to get transitioned at an early age. There is no scientific fact. But the far left radicals will have you believe, and have people's parents believe, that if you don't go along with this, your son or daughter could be at risk for suicide. There actually is a real belief in that. That is a damn fucking shame, especially when we have to play Frankenstein with hormone therapies like HRTs and cross hormones and things like that, and we're playing Dr. Frankenstein, and we can't even cure the common cold. Again, we're so brilliant with medicines that we can't even cure the common cold. We can't cure most forms of cancer. We can't, literally, we don't have cures for things. Like, we can't even cure a fucking rash, for God's sakes, at times. And you're gonna fucking try to shut someone's hormones down and replace the hormones with an artificial form of hormones and actually prevent puberty in people and prevent possible organ growths, and cause people to become sterile? On what? On the name of depression? Something that is whimsical, like depression, where you can suffer from depression today and actually not suffer from depression 6 months from now or a year from now. So something that's whimsical, like depression, you're going to play around with very permanent things like cross hormone therapies and stuff like that, right? Things that can cause permanent damage. That's like cutting your fingers off. That is literally like cutting your fucking fingers off to cure arthritis. There you go. So if somebody had arthritis, would you say, I have a cure for arthritis and joint problems in your fingers? I have a cure for that. Just cut your fingers off and you won't feel the pain of arthritis anymore. Does that make sense? Or does that sound absolutely fucking insane? That is exactly what they do. And when I say they, that is exactly what these indoctrinated fucking people do. Is when you're so indoctrinated into one side of the aisle, you will believe in cutting the fingers off to solve arthritis. And that is where it's really a shame. It's fucking a shame that we as a people are in that bracket at this point. and when I say we, I mean human beings in a whole, as a collective hive mind, is now so divided on opinions that we're just like, oh yeah, why not? Cut your fingers off to cure arthritis. Hold on a second, guys. Maybe we'll come out with some medication that can cure arthritis, and you can still have your fingers. What? And I'm using this as a fucking metaphor and analogy. I really don't know anything about arthritis. Don't take it literal. It's a fucking metaphor. It's an analogy. But that's how I look at detransitioning and transitioning of children, is that if you cut the fingers off, if you do permanent damage, and it's so disgusting how some of these far left doctors will be like, oh, just think of puberty like this. Think of puberty blockers like this. Imagine a faucet running water. And, we just turn the faucet off and we stop puberty. And when you want puberty to come back, you can just turn the faucet and the water will flow and puberty will come right back. It's reversible. These puberty blockers are completely reversible. That is such a lie and such a disgusting lie that doctors would say that. Actual doctors that are being employed by the Biden administration. Yes, this is why the far left fucking looks worse than the right at times. It is such a disgusting lie because you don't know how puberty affects people. Why are there people like midgets in the world that don't grow? Right? And you say, well, I don't know, they just don't grow. Driftblim, they just don't grow. Well, is it possible that puberty didn't hit them right and maybe something's wrong? Well, that's a DNA thing. Oh, is it? Okay, maybe in that case it is. But puberty does not always hit every individual the same. And this is why some people are just bigger, why you're very tall, why there are some people that are fucking 5 feet tall, why there are some people that don't have facial hair, why some people have facial hair. This is all part of puberty, things in puberty that hits people. And guess what? You want to know what the real thing is? Scientists can't explain that. What? Yeah, scientists don't really know why some people grow more facial hair than others. Like, scientists really can't break this shit down too good. Okay, so if scientists can't break it down too good, I have an idea. Let's package hormones in a pill and give it to a 12-year-old. Yeah, that sounds really good. That sounds like a fucking great idea. Well, why are we going to give it to them? Well, because it might be the only thing that prevents them from ending their life. Like, what? What type of narrative is that? So the only thing that can prevent your child from so-called maybe wanting to end their, I don't even want to say it on YouTube, is having a pharmaceutical company give a medication to have that child permanently damage himself as a child, making decisions that are very concrete, that could be, again, children are whimsical. You can children that like rock music at 13 years old could literally like nothing but rap at 15. Hell, I was one of them. So now, if you start playing with identity politics on a whimsical child who can love video games like Fortnite in 1 year and hate video games like Fortnite the next year, who likes fidget spinners in 1 day and hates fidget spinners next month, you're going to give a child this authority to permanently sterilize himself by taking cross sex replacing hormone therapy and stuff like again, I'm done. That's it. That's all I have to say, because it's actually pissing me off. That's all. Fucking, it aggravates me on such a fucking level that I can't even express. It's disgusting. It actually is disgusting. And I am extremely against any type of let's play fucking God.
never stopped me
with
before.
gender fucking ideologies and pills and pharmaceutical companies and you name it, I am against that shit. I think it's fucking stupid. There is something wrong with people when they start going down that fucking shit. There's something really wrong with people. And it's not about being a hateful person. It's about, like, actually, I care too much. I care about people, actually. Too much. To a detriment. Because I don't want to see people fucking hurt themselves in the permanent line of things. Yeah, and I hate people. It's funny. I usually don't like people too much. Because most people I just can't stand. But when the whole human race is at stake, yeah, I do kind of care a little bit. But hey, what do I know, right? I'm just a fucking video game player. What the fuck do I know? Well, you know, whatever. It is what it is. Put your faith in people like Rachel Levine. They know better. Put your faith in fucking, you know, influencers and shit that know better, right? Because everybody knows better than everybody else. So, yeah, listen to... Yeah, Elon Musk, he knows what he's fucking doing. Please, Elon Musk cares more about his fucking Tesla company than he does about your fucking civil rights. Come on. Hey, don't make fun of Elon Musk. He bought Twitter and got rid of all the woke people. And what did that really do? I don't use Twitter, never will, never have. Don't like it. Think it's stupid. So what does Elon Musk do for me? Hey, you may want to buy a Tesla one day. And I don't think I'll ever buy a Tesla. Hey, you may want to go into space with SpaceX one day. Yeah, I don't think that'll happen. I mean, I respect what he's doing with SpaceX. Don't get me wrong. I mean, that's actually a pretty good thing. But honestly, I just don't give a shit about, like, you know, Twitter or anything like that. I really don't care about Twitter. Actually, like, I wouldn't mind if Twitter got fucking deleted and erased from existence. That's how much I don't like it. I used Twitter one time in my life. You know what it was for? It was literally for following... No, it was to complain. Yes, because that's all I do is complain, right? It was literally to complain about WWE 2K20 because I didn't like how they released the game. And it was like hashtag fix WWE 2K20. So it was the one and only time that I made a Twitter account was to fucking see what that, because there was a flack going on with that game. And why did I care that much? Was because I bought the game and I had to refund it. It was one of the, like, 2 games in my life that I had to refund, or 3 games maybe. That Battlefront, the original Battlefront, WWE 2K20, Kenshin, or whatever the fuck, Kenshin, whatever the fuck that game was. That was the 3rd one. And I think that those might be the only 3 games I refunded in my life. Did I refund any? I wanted to refund Sonic Frontiers. I thought about it, but I said, I like Sonic kind of, even though I don't like Sonic Frontiers too much. I'm like, so is it worthy of a refund? I was like, whatever, we'll just hold on to it. Maybe one day I'll play it. Even though I don't like the game. I was willing to take a loss with Sonic Frontiers. But anyway, so those are the 3 games I refunded in my lifetime. And then you say to yourself, well, that was the one and only time in my entire life that I made a Twitter account. I don't even know what the account is. I don't have Twitter no more. Like, I actually got rid of it because I didn't care enough to be on Twitter. So because I didn't care enough about Twitter, I don't even remember what my name was. Dude, like, honestly, I don't like any of these social media things. Like, YouTube is the only one I think is okay. YouTube and Facebook. Facebook is okay if you're gonna, like, stay in touch with your family and stuff. Yeah, I don't mind Facebook that much. But why do you need an Instagram? What's the point of Instagram? Like, why do you have to have an extension of your Facebook profile on Instagram? Like, what is the point of it? What is the point of Snapchat? What is the point of all... I understand WhatsApp. WhatsApp has a real point, a real purpose. Oh, Driftblim, what's the point of WhatsApp? Well, if you don't want to pay long distance text, text message rates, that I don't know if texting is free. I don't think it's free everywhere still. It's free in a lot of places, but not everywhere. Well, anyway, the point of WhatsApp is if you don't want to pay rate via text message and you have to talk to somebody who's, let's just say, in another country or something, you use WhatsApp. TikTok is the absolute worst social media platform that has come out. The absolute worst. Why is TikTok so bad? Because, number one, it is a Chinese propaganda app that literally, I truly believe that the Chinese Communist Party has some say in it. Yeah, I don't know exactly where WhatsApp is 100% free or not. I don't know if it has some areas where it's not free, but it's free in most places. Again, I like WhatsApp for that reason. That's why I asked you if you had WhatsApp, because another thing I like about WhatsApp is it uses the phone number of the person to identify them, and you identify yourself with your phone number, and then also you can send files to one another that is almost any size. So for example, like Omar, I could send you the entire Harry Potter movies that I have on my phone via WhatsApp. So it's kind of like Discord. But with Discord, for me to do that, I'd have to pay Discord. I'd have to become a Nitro or whatever. I have to what do you have to do with Discord? You have to get the Nitro benefits or some shit like that to send files that are bigger than 10 fucking, megabytes. It's unbelievable how Discord does that, because WhatsApp does that for free. So I understand WhatsApp. Now again, I don't mind Discord because having a Discord chat's kind of cool to make your own Discord chat, because Discord is really for gamers, in my opinion, more than anything. But having a Discord and not being a gamer is kind of stupid, I feel. But whatever, people want to be part of the trend or whatever, but that's fine. But I don't mind Discord. I only really use Discord kind of just to send links to people, or use it as part of my whole gaming thing going on, right? That's all I think Discord is good for. So if you count Discord as a social media app, I guess it counts. I don't really look at Discord like that too much, because I'm not in 100 different Discord channels. I'm really in 3. Some people, I'm sure, use Discord. I'm sure they do. I'm sure people are all over Discord, like the way people are on Reddit and other things. I don't think Reddit is that bad, although I don't like Reddit that much. There are some people that really hate Reddit. I mean, I know people that fucking hate Reddit. Do I think Reddit and subreddits are all that bad? I think they have trolls like any other thing, but Twitter is disgusting. TikTok is the worst. Instagram is for girls that just want attention. OnlyFans is disgusting, and for women that are willing to empower themselves with stripper/prostitution methods that we legalize somehow, and then I guess one could say, porn sites do the same for men. Whatever the fuck, I don't know. Play with those things if you want, but yeah, social media, bad. The only ones I like is YouTube. YouTube's okay. I could watch my basketball highlights. I could watch music videos. I could listen to Beethoven. I love YouTube because YouTube has everything. That's cool. Instagram is a big joke. I understand Facebook to some degree because people, your relatives will use Facebook and stuff, so I get Facebook. People complain about Facebook, but at the same time, I don't think it's that bad. I think it's unnecessary evil, like earwax or something. So I don't mind Facebook that much, even though I'm not a guy that's on it much. I don't post on Facebook. I think people who are addicted to Facebook and they post every fucking 2 seconds on Facebook really need to get a life. But do I think Facebook in and of itself is really that bad? No. Do I think the people on Facebook are annoying? Sure. TikTok is number one worst because there's no pushback for anything people do. So if you go on TikTok and you rant about something like I'm ranting to you about right now, or to anybody that watches this, TikTok will ban you instantly. TikTok bans people so quickly for having any type of pushback or any type of quote-unquote what they deem as negative energy or something. And then you say to yourself, well, why does TikTok ban everybody so quickly? And you say, well, I think there's a conspiracy with TikTok. And I know this is going to sound a little crazy, and I don't like to get into conspiracy theories because I think most of them are pretty dumb. But it's so weird how the Chinese Communist Party, right, the CCP, will not allow China to use TikTok the same as they allow America to use TikTok. Well, why is that? Oh, what do you mean, Driftblim? You're going down that conspiracy rabbit hole again, crazy man. What are you talking about? What are you fucking talking about? Well, the people who make the Chinese Communist Party, the people who are part of that who make TikTok, TikTok is not allowed to be used in China at all the way it's used in America. What? A Chinese app can't be used in the actual country it comes from? Yeah. Yeah. Why is that? It's not something to ignore. It's a bloody fucking truth. To quote the English people, it's a bloody truth. It's a bloody truth, lads. It's a fucking bloody truth. TikTok cannot be used in China. And it's developed by the Chinese Communist, basically people who are part of the Chinese Communist Party. They developed that app, and they can't use it the way America uses it. Why does America use it so much like that? Why is there a birth rate decline in America? Do you ever think maybe, well, China has a birth rate decline, right? Well, why does China have a birth rate decline? Because Chinese policy was to have, there was laws in China that prevented more than one kid going back many years back, right? Before I was even born. During my father's time, pretty much. And, okay, well, there's a declining birth rate in America right now. And then you look at the people that go on TikTok, the absolute insane people that go on TikTok. And anybody that questions these people get banned from TikTok in America. It almost feels like a conspiracy. Like the Chinese don't want the younger generation to, I don't know. That's a conspiracy. So play with that. I don't know if that's 100% true. Might be just pseudoscience, conspiracy theorist bullshit, but hey, I kind of think there's something to it, maybe. Even if it's just a maybe. Did China notice ahead of the game? Maybe not. But is China reacting with the aftermath? Possibly. The aftermath being that TikTok became viral, right, amongst the younger generation. China now sees that, and hey, we're going to ban everybody who goes against the declining birth rate of the United States of America because we don't want the United States to be the number one power. And if their youth, will identify as different sexual people and this, that, the other thing, and they won't have children because they'll, and they'll talk like nutjob clown selves and bug selves on TikTok. And if somebody talks, and if somebody says, hey, wait a second, you sound pretty crazy, we'll ban them 7 different times over. Make with that what you want. That's a conspiracy, but hey. What do you feel? Summarize what I said, Omar, and I'll grade you on it. I need water. I'm losing my voice. I'm getting angry and losing my voice. Hold on. That's all. That's. Omar, I give you an F. That's an F. I said summarize what I said. That's an F right there. I hate Instagrams. You got an F, Omar. What the fuck? It's the worst answer ever. I wanted you to grade what I said. I said to summarize everything I said and grade it. And you just said, yeah, I hate Instagrams. That's the laziest grade I've ever seen. Yeah, I hate Instagrams. Yeah, I just been talking for 2 hours. Yeah, that's all I said, right, Omar? Yeah, I hate Instagram. Okay? You got an F, Omar. That's an F, Omar. That's a fucking F right there. I guess. Is that all I said? I thought I said a lot more than that, but... D. You got a D plus now, Omar. A D plus. I don't know, Omar. I'm not saying you have to be like me. I don't know, Omar. C plus. D. No, you're at a D, Omar. You're at a D. That was an analogy, Omar. I mean, I'm glad you followed along, but... Yeah, just C plus, Omar. You get a C plus. That's it. That's it. My final grade, C plus. This is why, Omar, when you say every teacher is failing you in school... Hey, you know what? You're better off failing. I'll be honest. With the schools that they teach you shit. The shit that they teach. Now you're better off. Don't listen to that godly. That whale. What'd she say, Omar? Shut up, she told you. Because why? Because you said something about the Ukraine. And she said, Omar, why don't you shut up? Yeah, that's a real good teacher right there. You know what was like one of the worst things I've heard is like when there was like a black journalist lady and she was like, I don't care about... She wrote on like Twitter or one of these stupid things. She wrote like, I don't care about 2 white people's war. Like what? Wait, like you're saying there's no black people? Like, is there no other ethnicities in the Ukraine? I'm sure there are. And then like, what do you mean you don't care about 2 white people's war? Like Russia and Ukraine? Like, first of all, cool yourself. analyze what you just said, because you sound like a fucking moron when people talk like that, because it's like you don't care about two white privileged wars or some shit. Like, this is what the lady said, like some crazy shit like that. And I'm saying, like, you damn well care. You damn well should care, because like they have nuclear bombs maybe. Like, what do you fucking mean you don't care? Oh my god. I can't. Imagine the world of stupidity that we live in, that a black journalist lady will actually say, I don't care about two white people's wars when 1 million people died, or like you know, billions and billions upon property damages, and there's nuclear power plants all over the place, and there's possible nuclear war that can go on, tactical nukes can be launched, and you'll have like some fucking black journalists say like, oh, I don't care about two white wars going on. It's like, and then people will defend this lady, because I saw people defend her, and they said, well, she didn't mean it like that. You know how she is. You know how people like, you know how some people are. She didn't mean it like that. What she meant was, well, what did she mean? Well, what she meant was there's a lot of problems happening in so many other countries in the world that we need to not give a shit about the war so much. Okay? And it doesn't, like, some problems take priority, especially if, like, there's a possibility of, like, nuclear war. Okay, well, what do you think? I'm just going to fuck around with the game.
You're the one who stole our goblin helmet. Stupid one. You will pay for your deeds. Stupid one. You made me. Superboy. I did it. And an Ashwinder, no less.
One less human to worry. Dead. I'll bury you in the deepest vault. I should have been to your death.
Too late for you to learn the error of your ways.
You let Nora Treadwell go. Expulso! Stupid one. You're the one who stole our figurine. You're about to regret that. Incendio! You won't know this one. Come on. Stupid one. Conduct that Had enough? There we are. Knew you would do. Flash of inspiration. Don't stick to one.
One left. How nice of you to stop. You can't stop us. Was that your best?
You showed no mercy against those mountains. We shall today. This will not be another setback like Felcroft. Hold true to our command. Stupid Is that the best you can do?
You know where to hide now!
You're alive, baby.
That's proper food for that! Oh, light go out of your eyes.
You're the one who released Treadwell, aren't you?
Enjoy something, do you? Bring the high hippo. Expulsion! Expulsion! Little dog, man. Expulsion!
Not quite. Expulsion!
Took a good eye from me, did you?
Now,
expulsion! Want to release me?
Get yourself out.
I've been fighting since.
I've seen flash of inspiration.
That's a stupid That's the student who stopped us at the belt. How did you survive our camp on Cursed Mountain?
That's just miserable! The truth is he's totally...
You won't survive this, my young friend. That student defeated our experiment.
Such crack.
You won't get away with that.
Your blood's on Ranrock's hands. castle. Must have been quite stately in its time.
This has heard something.
Confringo!
Ricardo! I'll watch the light.
Let's play predator and prey, shall we?
Marvelous strike!
Confringo! Bombarda! Leviosa! Defender! Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade?
It is wonderful to see you back here. Oh, perhaps today you have something you'd like Penny to sell for you? Penny wishes you safe and wondrous travel.
Historically speaking, there's never been a team like this year's Cavaliers.
You're back!
Revelio.
Nice to see you again. What are we looking for today? That item is of the highest quality. Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you again.
Come on in, come on in. Don't be shy. What is it you might be interested in? You take care now, and I shall hope to see you soon. You take care now, and I shall hope to see you soon.
This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful. Eight legs is simply too many. Confringo! 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 Stupefy. Confringo. Defender. Stupefy. Glacius. Stupefy. Confringo. Stupefy. Expelliarmus. Bravado. Stupefy. 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 Flipendo. Stupefy. Glacius. Potato. Abolish bomb. It's like a place right out of a storybook.
You're the little sod that saved Treadwell. No.
It's shameful what you've done to helpless beasts. Confringo. Revelio. Not sure how I'd fare in a little place like this.
Revelio. Another adventure, are we?
Aloha, Mora.